Right, so this is just a quick video, something I wanted to share because it might help other people. So backlash to Christmas, so nearly 12 months now, I got a nasty bout of flu. Thanks COVID lockdowns, reducing my immunity. So after the flu, which was horrendous, but I was okay, my stomach wasn't right afterwards, and I started getting all these weird symptoms. And apparently what happened was that I'd ended up with some overgrowth of H. pylori. If you don't know about that, it's good to look it up. And I did a lot of research on H. pylori, and I had this problem with my stomach for quite a few months. It started off with I couldn't even eat, so it wasn't very nice at all. So the allopathic medicine cure that doesn't work very well is taking 3 bouts of antibiotics and omeprazole. So you just completely destroy your stomach and all your gut bacteria and everything. It's a big nuclear bomb basically, and then hopefully the H. pylori doesn't take hold again after that. So I wasn't going to do that. Did not sound fun to me. And after a lot of research, I discovered that most of us do have H. pylori and it's kept in balance. And there is some benefits to H. pylori in the stomach. But long story short, you don't really want it to be prominent. So I was looking for a natural solution, but didn't really find anything. It just kind of went gradually, as the body does. It comes into equilibrium. Very clever. Especially, I was eating well. I'd stopped eating processed food and lots of rubbish and stuff that feeds that kind of bad bacteria. So that really helped, and it takes a few months to get back into equilibrium. But it kept coming back slightly, like the weird symptoms. I still suffer a little bit. Still not going to go down the major antibiotic route. I don't think it's necessary. I just think it'll cause more problems. So I then ended up with, I think this is all to do with me turning 40 and getting a bit older, my first ever urine infection. Very mild, but not very pleasant. And again, antibiotics. So I took a 3-day antibiotic for this urine infection, didn't really touch it, nothing. And I wasn't going to go down that route. And I again, loads of research seeing people having such harder and harder antibiotics. I'm not doing that for a urine infection, it's ridiculous. So I managed my symptoms. And then I came across someone saying I think it was a study, and there is studies, there's lots of studies, but they're hard to find. You have to look for the specific things. This is what's very annoying. This stuff isn't just general knowledge, it's stuff you have to look for. So I was doing a lot of research, again, I do this a lot, and I came across a research on cranberries. Now, a lot of people say, I take cranberry juice, and that didn't work. And I took some demonace with cranberry extract, blah, 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 blah. It didn't all work. I was like, no, it's rubbish. Everything's rubbish. You're all talking nonsense. And the reason is, and this is going to go for everything in life, once you take something out of its natural state, it is no longer going to work. It's just not. It's not potent. There is something in its natural state, and it's got all the things that make it work. As soon as you try to take that out and make it into an extract or make it something, you've lost the potency of it. It's gone. Herbalists know this well. It's just ridiculous. You've got to keep something in its natural form, and then it will work. And that's what I discovered about cranberries. So, unfortunately, here in the UK, we don't grow cranberries. They're an American thing, and I don't think we've got the soil for it. But sometimes we find fresh cranberries at Christmas, which I didn't have. However, I did find this brand, Forest Fruit, whole cranberries. And they are whole dried cranberries, a little bit of apple juice concentrate, so they're adding something, which isn't great, but it's apple juice concentrate and a tiny bit of sunflower oil. And those are their natural preservatives. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. And they're not, you see the other cranberries, they're like really flat and dry. Well, these aren't, they're quite plump. This is how they look. They look like dried cherries. They're beautiful and they taste delicious. So I started taking these every day, not with anything else, just on their own. obviously I'd have my meals, but a couple of hours between. The ear infection disappeared, and so did all the H. pylori things. So nature really does have all the answers, and something so, and I looked it up, and they've done research on it, but I mean, personal experience is so much more. There's a chemical or compound or something in cranberries that stops bacteria attaching to epithelial tissue. So the tissue that's in your stomach and the tissue that's in your bladder. It's just brilliant. So I want to try and get as close to these. These used to get these from Tesco's, but they don't sell them anymore, so I have to order them online, and I get a pack of 6, and I take some every day. I do notice if I don't take them every day, the stomach issues, they're very mild now, so it doesn't even bother me, but it's like a little bit of grumbling, it gets upset. And that's probably because I think I've got some sensitivities that I'm not quite sure what they are, which I'm working through at the moment. So, but it just helps. And it's a preventative measure, and oh no, I have to take cranberries every day. It's no-brainer really, just take a handful of cranberries every day, and that's it. So yeah, just an absolutely brilliant berry that can just really, really, really help with some issues that people suffer with for a very, very long time. So the fact that it did 2 in 1 was just brilliant. So yeah, get yourself some cranberries.